Did you try to attempt that the task that I gave you yesterday?
No, bro. I didn't got time for that.
Yeah, you can do it in weekends or whenever you are free.
Yeah, yeah.
So today I'll tell you about the Git setup in the Git setup. You have your GitHub account.
Yeah, GitHub account I have.
Oh, yes, so I'll tell you how
Okay,
to
I
set
share
up.
the screen now.
Yeah,
Yes, Venkat, you can guide him now.
yeah.
So, bro, Venkat, I learned how to set up React and how to connect index files and app components.
Are you have you already installed React thing or you have to install?
Yes, yes, I have installed it. So these
You
are the
install React?
models.
Git,
Yes, yes.
Git.
Yeah. Once
हाँ,
open that,
ये तो मैं बताऊंगा गिट सेटअप करना।
okay.
वो थोड़ा अलग होगा। हम लोग करते हैं,
And open SS.
हल्का अलग है वो।
Yeah, no,
बेसिक ही स्टार्ट है।
once you open code sandbox.
हम्म?
I will tell the and instructions.
काउंटर बनवाऊंगा आज।
Code sand code
Codes and
sandbox में
ये सोचा हूँ और गिटहब सेटअप कराऊंगा, ये दो चीज काम कराऊंगा। बाकी इनको आपस में मिला दूंगा। कल चलना है?
where to add
वेट,
yeah, pay feed and start code. Just copy and paste.
सैटरडे को गीतांजलि पार्क चलते हैं। हाँ? गीतांजलि पार्क कल, सैटरडे को। कल ही चलते हैं ना गीतांजलि पार्क, क्या दिक्कत है? कल
codes and
जब चलना ही है तो ऑफिस चल रही है।
Yeah.
I think he is getting some error uh, using VS Code, na?
Yeah, in SS folder there is not showing any font.
so select create a new file. Then I will create a new file in the same.
Okay. Just do a CR npx create React app. Do that.
Right.
Do that thing, and then we can. Do you have a Git your GitHub account? Git account. Npx. Venkat has shared a link. Go to that link. This is not the correct one. Uh,
Not I
now
have
this one.
shared the link.
Do control C. Control C. Do control C.
Okay, okay.
Do control C on the terminal. Otherwise, it will install on you.
Once go to that
Now where to go?
Yes, yes. Just npx create React app. Just the first command you will see that one. Go little down, little more down, little more. Yes, this one, the first command. Yeah. Yes. Okay, it will take some time to install. Okay. Okay, it will take some time. So then, meanwhile, you can open Code Sandbox. Yeah, the React in inside the Code Sandbox. So Venkat, you can tell him about the folder structure. Okay. First, start with the folder structure, and then next, yeah, then we can move forward.
see app.js. In app.js, we will
So very slow.
Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Okay. So this is the folder structure that you will see inside the code sandbox. Inside the VS Code, you will see there will be some more folders. But not now. Right now, we will focus on this one. So you click on the public
Okay.
folder, public one. Uh, uh, mm, yeah, so you will see index.html. Just click on this. So you must have heard that React is a single page application.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that means only one HTML file is there. So this is that HTML file which will be rendered every time whenever you render a React app.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so this is that HTML file. Just go through this. Go through this. This is a normal HTML where you see all the title tag, head tag, body tag, and you will see one more one thing in the line number 30. In line number 30, you will
Uh,
see div
yeah.
id root.
Div.
Yeah,
Uh,
so this basically send this to index.js that you will see inside the source folder at
yeah,
index.js.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in this, you will see inside the root.render there is an app. Okay,
Uh,
so that app is basically the component. So whenever you say what is the entry point, the entry point is index.html, and then it is index.js. Okay,
okay,
so this JS renders all your component. Okay,
okay.
all your React app is
Okay.
inside this app.
App component.
Yeah, so this app now you can make any changes inside the app.js,
Okay.
and it will reflect here because this app.js is used inside this one. Yeah. Oh, okay. So again, you can go to index.js, index.js, and then in line number 11, you have seen that uh, you in line number 4 you have imported app from app, and in line number
Yes, yes.
11, yes, you have called the app and used it uh, like a HTML tag. This is basically a shortcut of HTML closing and opening tag.
Okay, okay.
So even if you
It is
write like
basically.
so even if you write like that, I have pasted in chat. So you can see in the chat window.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is basically a short form of that. Short form of this. Okay.
Okay.
And now your this is your main React app in app.js. So mostly people use it like that, but you can also create your own entry point and all and use it like that, like yeah, header.js, and you can use it. So mostly what people do in big scale projects in the app folder normally contains routes, all the routes of the website and all. That I will show you later. But now you can go to your app.js. So here you have imported style.css. So this is the global style that you have imported it here, the first line. And in the third line, you are exporting a function app which has a return which returns a JSX element. JSX.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So you can see that this is a functional based component. There are two types of components, class based and functional based. So in functional base was started after 2019 after the release of 16.8. Before that, functional component exists, but it was called a stateless component because we were not a
stateless.
stateless.
Stateless. Okay.
Yeah, because we were not able to change the state using functions. We have now been able to manipulate. By states, you can assume like a dynamic heading. So, like if you go to contact us page, the title should show that this is a contact page. so we were not able to do it using the older without hooks we were not able to do that in React before
Oh,
2019. Yes, suppose you
so
have
earlier it was stateless. Now it is state based.
now you with hooks it is we can change the state with using hooks.
Okay.
So yeah, so, that's why functional components are becoming more popular because after hooks, after the introduction of hooks, because this is very easy to understand that like you are exporting a function and that you're exporting a function that is returning a JSX, and here you can see this is a plain HTML, so no
Yeah.
need to yeah, and with
I want to ask you,
yeah.
so what is the state?
So state, I will give you example like the current
Okay.
state of this Hello Code sandbox is like this. I'll give you an example of counter basically. So suppose count is equal to zero. So the state of the count is zero. Means yeah, and suppose whenever you want a user to uh, click on increase counter, the counter should go increase to zero, one, two, three, four like that.
Okay. So
After every
it should keep increasing. Okay.
yes, so it should behave like it should interact. So the state is like that, yeah, count is zero, now count is six, but it should be like updating or behaving like uh, behaving by using user interaction. So yeah, and so that is basically state. You can change the state and all. uh, so okay, so I was telling about the okay. So now you can just create in this one you can, if you want, you can just add a box in the inside this, add a, or change the content. You will see it here. It will. Have you used Code Sandbox before?
No, I didn't use it.
You
I
are
basically installed the file and from that only VS Code. With the VS Code, I
okay.
run
So,
the application.
okay, so it's a little bit. I will tell you about this Code Sandbox thing. So for online interviews, they ask to open a Code Sandboxes. There is one more site, a Stackbase.
Okay.
So they told to do the coding here. So this is a very powerful tool in which in this you can do many things like many advanced projects are also you can make using this. And in the start, you will see a box icon, a search icon, this this you can see. Uh,
Where is start basically?
you see a spaceship icon.
Okay.
Yeah, that is basically you can directly deploy from here. You can directly
Okay.
yeah, deploy it to the server to netlify.com or somewhere. The cat icon you can see, the cat
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just yeah. So using this, if you sign in, you can directly make a repository inside the GitHub, and you can do version control from here only.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the last option, you can collaborate with people, with
Okay.
other developers on this platform. So yeah, so by this makes it very powerful to use and very easy to understand. And
Okay.
yeah, and in this code also you can see. So actually there are three ways to like export a function from an app. And in this one they are using a export default function app, and you can also export the app by just writing in the line number 11 like export
Okay.
default
Means
app. Yes,
we can write export
yes,
default
export default,
app.
and then app, and then you can remove it the from export default you can remove from the top.
Okay.
Yes, this is also working. So I think you know all
Okay. We
these
can also
things.
do
So I
a function expression instead of function declaration.
you can
Arrow
use
function.
arrow function. Yes, so yes, you can use arrow function.
This is also right. Writing
Yes,
arrow.
yes, this is this you can immediately see your output here.
Yeah.
This is also correct, and this is the most used. This is the like what you say. Ideally, it is used like this only with arrow function. Yeah, so you can see it is directly changing. So that's why. Uh, yeah. So hello world and all you can print,
Yeah,
and you can make a basic static website using this only app.js. In this only you can do anything, all the things.
okay.
CSS,
It means
static
app
website
is
you
a
can run. Hmm.
basic single component.
Yes, app is a single component. It and mostly it is used as a parent component. Means suppose you
Means it might include many components, child components.
yes, yes, it will include many components. You can go to source and create a component. Write child.js. And also remember one more thing, that whenever you name a component, you should always name the first capital, uh,
In uppercase.
no, uppercase, yes. Or if you are naming it in smaller case, then you need to include .jsx as extension.
Okay.
I think you know basic React, so that's why I
Yeah,
moved.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I moved faster.
Yeah. I know this. It's basically JSX written by child component. Okay.
The, uh, what? Can you repeat again?
It's basically the JSX. That's right. This one.
Yes, yes. So first, either you write div, it is mandatory to wrap it inside a div or a React fragment. So you know React fragment, that's the simple opening closing. I have typed it, React fragment, put default child, and in this one, uh, you don't need to the semicolon is not mandatory in, yeah, JavaScript also. This is the app folder, and
So instead of this, we can simply write our so we have to import.
hmm,
Is it correct?
one second, I'm checking. Hmm. Import that folder child. Yes. You have not written anything inside the child. You can write just this is a child component.
Yeah.
And also it is a convention to write the class name in small letters,
Yeah. Yeah.
lowercase. This is a child component. You can see it is now coming.
So I have to type here.
You need to pass props.
Yeah.
Uh, no, no. I think you're trying to pass props from one component to another component, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, that is not correct way.
Means I can simply write. I will get out. Yes, it appeared.
One second, let me see this.
See it appeared.
Hmm. Props
Can
dot
you see me?
high. Oh, yeah,
Good
yeah.
morning.
Yes, props dot high. Yes, okay. And in app.js, go to app.js. So you passed, okay, hi inside, and then you okay. You- this is okay, but this is not. You can use destructuring after the ES6 feature. So Venkat, do you know? Did you understand this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what? So basically, there is one difference between props and state, and the
Yeah.
props are not mutable, and the
Yes.
states are mutable. So can you try to make a counter?
No, I actually learned this much now. So
Okay.
you can.
Okay. So
So I actually learned
hmm,
component hierarchy and props. Why we use the props, why we use component, and why we configure component. So
yes.
I learned in this much now.
Okay.
Means props is basically to configure the component. So if you want to use component and in that component, if you want to
No.
configure or customize,
Yeah.
so with the help of that we can use it. So basically this child component we can use as many times we want, and we can basically pass the props, and in that props say if second child element their high is to afternoon. So with the help of component configuration, we can customize that child component. So basically